FlossTube is Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason with Jason.
My husband. So.
Well, yes, I am with her. I will gladly say that.
Welcome to anyone who's new watching. Thank you for all those who are returning. Thank you for those watching just in general. We really appreciate your support. So, starts, to finish up Mania, I started this. It's just, I call it a patchwork bookmark. But basically, I take orts, what do they stand for?
Other random threads?
I think that's what they stand for. And I just make a pattern up and go and use them up. Longer ones. So there's that one.
We gotta find a way to get it to zoom and to like focus. Because it's not, like it's Tetrisy. And I like that. But you can't catch it because of the blurg of the phone. Oh well.
Basically. So the next, this is from Xstitch Gold, January, February 2019. This is Away in a Manger, Leslie Tier. And I am doing the shepherds. So I started that on the 19th, the last day of Mania. And that's where I got to. This is on 28 count white Monaco that I got from, Tifa. So thank you, Tifa.
Thank you.
And I put another date in this because I needed 200 stitches in yellow for School of Magical Stitches and Literature. Then another start. This was also for a School of Magical Stitches and Literature assignment. We had to start patterns, or we had to work on patterns, or by designers that started with certain letters. So for E, I didn't have any whips that had an E in for the name of the pattern or for the
Title?
The title or the designer. So I started one by Emma Congdon. I was working on these lanterns, Moroccan lanterns. And this is in Cross Stitch Crazy, May 2019. So I was just going to do the one lantern, but then I realized it wasn't going to be enough stitches. So I did another lantern. And I'm thinking to make these into scissor fobs. And it's on some hand-dyed Ada 14 count that I just dyed some gray.
And she changed the color for the lanterns.
Oh, I did. I changed the color of the gold because the colors they called for looked more olive-y to me than gold. And then I worked on these
cute Russian doll bauble kits
from Cross Stitch Crazy. And this is my travel piece, so just when I'm out and about and need something with me.
And you're traveling tomorrow, right?
I am traveling, but I probably won't take it with me.
What? It'd be good. Well, yeah, it's not that far.
And then I worked on Olivia Oak Relief by Silver Creek Samplers. And this is the progress I made. And this is also on 14 count Ada that I hand dyed. I'm changing most of the colors, well not most, some of the colors to DMC, but this color is an overdyed that I called for. So I really like having that in there as well. And it looks pretty. I like how it's turning out. It'll take me a long time to stitch it because it's not a priority piece, but it is super pretty. And then I also stitched on this cat portrait by Pixel Parade. And this is also on 14 count Ada that I hand dyed.
We hand dye a lot of 14 count Ada.
And so that's where it's at. And this is going to be the black cat. So this counts for my black cat Sal. Anything that's got a black cat on it is, you can hashtag it with the hashtag, which I'll put across the top. And then this little cat is a picture from a pattern I designed. My black cat.
Black cat Halloween costume, cat bookmarks, cat.
Yeah.
Black.
Anyways, so that was that one. And then I worked on Future Cast by Teresa Wensler. And this is a freebie. Once again, 14 count hand-dyed Ada. So I made some progress on that. You pick your own colors for this. So, and it has a border as well. I am not doing the border. But I'm making progress and I love it. I think it looks great.
It's really nice. I like it.
And
is there more chronic that's supposed to go up here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, yeah. I love it and I think it looks great. And I love it on this fabric. So I have, as far as FFOs, I have some previous ATCs, artist trading cards, for the ATC group on Instagram. And so I will insert those clips here. So this is the March ATC that I stitched. The theme for the month was black work and bling. And you can choose just one, but I kind of decided to mix the two. So this is a black work pattern. I can't remember the name of the book, but I will put it up. And so I decided to do it in metallic threads. So it was a pain to stitch, but I think it turned out pretty well. I did modify the pattern a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was going to be too wide. It wasn't, but that's okay. The modification works well because it lets the background paper show through. So that is my March ATC. So this is the ATC I stitched for April. The themes were woodland creature and nerdy, so I went with woodland creature, and I stitched this squirrel and this mushroom from Cross Stitcher Magazine Summer 2018, and it's part of this pattern. So yeah, I had fun stitching it. I stitched it on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed, and then I'm sending it in a card that has dogwood blossoms on it because it is the season where dogwood blossoms are out right now, and dogwoods are the state flower and tree of Virginia, so they are definitely plentiful around town and they're beautiful blossoms. So yeah, that is the ATC. This is the May ATC I stitched. The theme was, I can't remember, just a moment. Food/beach. So I chose this piece. It is from Cross Stitch Crazy. It's that little motif there. Spring Break by Maria Diaz. And what issue of Cross Stitch Crazy is this? Does it say down here? May 2019. So I just did that little motif and I stitched it on 18 count Blue Sky Aida that I hand dyed. So yeah, just a cute little motif. Jason, what have you been doing?
Welcome back. Goodness. You're just all about Russian, huh?
I guess so.
I blame that Russian doll you're working on.
Oh, okay.
So stupid. Ugh. Why do I make such bad things? Anyway, I didn't do anything.
You did lots of things. You just didn't do any cross stitch.
I was lazy bum and didn't do any cross stitching, and so no, I'm a big geek, and as such, this is a disclaimer to the FlossTube community. I'm sorry I didn't do any cross stitching. I did other crafts, so we'll, out of kindness, if Karen can figure out, because she puts these videos up, she can figure it out. We'll put a timestamp either up here, somewhere in the cosmos up here, of a timestamp to fast forward to more FlossTube-y type stuff. But yeah, we're gonna try to draw in some more of a geekier crowd into the FlossTube community.
Okay.
Like who's that one stitcher who had the horde symbol up?
Case Cross Stitch.
Case Cross Stitch. Like Case Cross Stitch, you know, I know she'll appreciate some of this maybe. Anyway, so I play D&D, and so I found a D&D group over in the nearby town at a game store called Just Games Lexington. And so I'm getting back into D&D and having fun with it. And there's an actual game store that has game stuff that like helps with gaming. Imagine that. And they don't just do D&D or like Magic or like the more niche geeky games, I guess you could say. They have a lot of family board games as well, which is really nice. But anyway, I'm also doing a home game with some in-laws, and I thought I would make some stuff to do with that game. So I made some dungeon tiles out of insulation foam. I made some of those. There's 2 different sizes. It's supposed to come out a lot lighter, but it didn't come out as light as I would have liked. But they still look pretty good. And then I also made like little barrels. People say that they look like root beer barrels. I don't see it,
yummy.
but I don't like them. So, and I made some crates, which I still have to paint these, but I made them out of clay. This one I won't paint. It's meant to just be like a stone column that I can stick on the board and it'll stand up. And
you make that out of clay too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
This is just like Sculpey clay.
It's got like little, you can't really see because it won't focus, but.
Yeah, I took black and white and just folded it in till I got a marbled look. Cut out the pieces and then took a toothbrush and beat on it. So then the bristles would create little holes so you have like this textured look. And then I also bought some little figurines that you can paint. So like they originally start looking something like this where they're primed. And then I painted one and portions of others, but I'm not going to show the others. You can't really see this because it won't focus, but this is what it looks like. I think I might need to put a glaze or something on it because I can easily chip the paint away from one that I'm trying to chip the paint away from. And I don't want the paint to chip off of these. So that's the crafty kind of stuff that I did. But I didn't do any cross-stitching because I'm a lazy bum.
All right.
Well, I am. I haven't done any cross-stitching. I've done a lot of housework so I can get some points to spend money, but that's a different story.
We have this system that we made recently where we have quest points.
Recently?
A couple months ago.
I thought it was like 6 months ago. It's like half a year.
I don't know. Sometime. And basically, for tasks we do around the house that need to get done, we can earn points that we can then use as money to buy things we want.
So, we give ourselves an allowance, basically.
Basically. And to help us motivate us to get the things done that we need to do.
And it's been working lately, because I've gotten a lot of stuff done. Cleaned up a lot of the house. Finally put Christmas away.
Exactly, see? Good motivator.
And so what else do we have left, sweetheart?
So, as far as haul goes, so I'd gotten this from 123 Stitch, but it was the wrong color. They sent me the wrong color. So they told me I could keep it, but they sent me the right color, the color I'd ordered. So I ordered Jealousy, and they sent me Romance. So as you can see, they're similar.
Jealousy and Romance are very similar feelings, so naturally.
So anyways, but I'm happy to have this Romance. I'll probably use it at some point, but this is what I needed for the project.
Hey, you just used Romance. Then in other things of haul, we got the cross-stitch crazy... Oh, you're right. It is hard to find the
I think
things
that one's
on
in
it.
the...
Oh, goodness. The July 2019 issue. Wow, that is hard to find. So we got the cross-stitch crazy, and I'm excited. There's quite a few things in here that I'm really happy about. There's one that I can just show the thing on the front. This one here, I really love it. It's a picture of a narwhal. It took me forever to see what it was. I don't know why. I just saw the fish and then I saw a line. I didn't connect that the line was the narwhal's unicorn horn. And it says, be so awesome that people think, or be so awesome people think you are a myth. And I love that phrase. Just be so awesome that they think you're a myth. And then it came with this butterfly hoop kit. Sorry, did you want to say something about it?
You're
Oh,
good.
okay. Well, you held it up like you were going to say something. And so it came with a butterfly hoop kit.
Which I really think is really cute. It's really pretty.
Yes. I love flutterbys. They're really
Me too.
nice.
And then I also bought a postage scale. So this is to help me with the business from mailing things out. Especially I have some hand-dyed Ada that I want to try to sell on, what is it called? It's a Facebook group for selling cross-stitch things.
We'll put a link in the description below.
Cross-stitch unloading, that's what it's called. Anyways, but you need to, well, you don't need to, but I want to bill for the postage. So this will help me with that and help me with anything like needle minders or anything else I'm selling. So just help me to be more accurate as far as guessing postage. Well, not guessing, getting an accurate thing so I don't have to guess. So that was all of haul. Shout outs. I lost my notes because my computer went to sleep.
Shout outs are incoming! That was the most unattractive face I think I've ever made. I apologize, I made it again right after I said it was unattractive.
So, I watched a new FlossTuber recently. Her name is Annie, and her channel is Joy Filled Stitcher. And she was just really fun to watch. I only watched the first one, but I know she's released another one since then, so I'm excited to go back and watch that one. But she was just really fun to watch, so I'd encourage you to go check her out. And then, if you don't know, if you're newer, every 4 episodes I have a giveaway. So this is a 4th episode, episode 32. So I am giving you the option of 3 different patterns, and you can tell me which one you want, and the winner will get whichever pattern they said they wanted. You need to be 18 or older. Leave a comment, but do not say giveaway in your comment. Just say the chart you would want, and you have until June 14th to enter.
The first of the 3 is Heartstrings from the Design Connection. Original art by Annette Fish. So, it basically is a whole bunch of angels and hearts. And cat babies?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what those are.
Mom, her whisker is touching me. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I think that's all that's in it too.
Yeah,
just these 5. So you have angels and hearts, and then cat babies. I don't get the cat babies, but heartstrings. So if you want that one, just comment heartstrings in the comments below.
Or angels. And I will ship to anywhere in the world. So doesn't matter where you are.
Next one, we have The Trout Fisherman, designed for counted thread needlework by Joyce Bailey. So it looks like this, which you can't really see. I wish you could see. It's basically like it's a lake, and then there's a trout, and
If you move it closer, will it?
No, it won't.
Oh, well.
Like, anyway, and then it gives a few shows of how you can just use a portion of it. So like down here, they just use the fisherman. They just use the trout. They just did this little section in here, you know. So you don't have to stitch the whole thing, but it's just the one chart. If you want that one, the trout fisherman, in the comments below. And then last but not least, we have Herbs and Spices. Oh, Herbs and Spices charted for cross stitch from Leisure Arts. It's basically just a bunch of spices and herbs that you can do. I really like these. So I'm hoping nobody gets this one, because then I can stitch it for my mom. So
You have like 10 things you want to stitch for your mom.
it's okay. So anyway, if you're wanting this one, Herbs and Spices in the comments below.
All right, let me see.
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
No, you're fine.
You want it back here? Take it. Okay. She has her thunder back.
As far as life updates, I'm trying to think.
It's your thunder.
Oh, okay. Life's been pretty quiet. It's been kind of slow at work for me, which is not... I mean, I don't like it when it's super busy, but I like it when it's busy enough. But it's slow right now, so getting by. I had Monday off for Memorial Day here in the U.S., so that was nice. I spent some time with family. Got to hold my 5-year-old niece for a while. That was fun. Play with her. And then I've been doing some traveling for some church responsibilities. So that's been last Sunday, and then this Sunday I also have something. So that wears me out a bit, but I have the week to recover. Till the next one. What's that face for?
I don't know how much recovering you do, but okay.
And I've been doing a lot of reading. A lot of it counts for Magical School of Stitches and Literature. So I really like that group. It helps motivate me to get things done as far as stitching and reading goes. So, or more for reading, it just makes me feel less guilty about spending time reading. So.
And I made a book this week.
You want to show it?
No.
Okay.
Because it's still falling apart.
It wasn't really. It was a. What?
It was a mock-up. So I'm taking a data visualization class, basically just to help me visualize some data for my job, and it's sort of like a graphic design class. Well, it is a graphic design class, but specifically for visualizing data. And we had to do a mock-up for a product. So I was doing a hollow book for a booklight. So basically you're buying a booklight, but then the booklight would come out of the packaging, and then you'd be left with something that looked like a hollow book that you could use on your shelves.
So, yeah, we had some fun. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Adios, amigos!